Okay, moving to the other characteristics of a wave other than the wavelength, there is the period, the frequency, and the amplitude. The period is the time needed to complete one cycle or to cover a distance which is equal to the wavelength. Frequency is the number of cycles per second, and amplitude is the maximum displacement with respect to the equilibrium position. Going back to this figure, so the amplitude is the maximum displacement with respect to the equilibrium position. So هون اللي هو marked by red is the amplitude. Well, period is the time needed to complete one cycle or to cover a distance equal to the wavelength. يعني it's the time for one cycle. هيدي one cycle. This is one cycle. Okay. And the frequency is how many cycles are performed or are covered during 1 second. Now for the book exercises, page 110, exercise 1, copy and complete. The oscillations of the pendulum, these are already done for the vibration. Now for the wave. Choose the correct answer. Book page 110, exercise 2, a mechanical wave transports matter and energy, matter without transport of energy, or energy without a transport of matter. Of course, it is energy without a transport of matter, and I have shown you it here. And no, it propagates, it carries energy, but it doesn't carry the matter. It doesn't causes the motion of the particle from one position to another. The wave in which the particles of the medium are moved perpendicular to the direction of the propagation of the wave is transverse, longitudinal, or circular. We did not learn about circular waves. احنا عنا transverse و longitudinal. بما إنه vibration is perpendicular to the propagation of the wave, so it is transverse wave. Along exercise 3, book page 111, exercise 3, a long spring is stretched between two supports. We compress a few loops near one end and suddenly release them. So as shown in this figure, عملنا compression at one end بعدين تركناهم. What do you observe along the spring? We observe compression propagating, which is the wave itself. Is the mechanical wave propagating along the spring transverse or longitudinal? Of course it is longitudinal wave, since the particles of the spring شو بيصيروا يعملوا vibration horizontally parallel to the direction of the wave propagation, لأنه الwave انعملت وين at this end وit propagated كمان horizontally. صارت الكمبريشن عم نشوفها عم تنتقل كيف horizontally الكمبريشن، فبالتالي compression or the wave is horizontal والvibration of the spring particles as the wave passes through it they vibrate horizontally, so parallel to each other. This means that the wave is longitudinal. What can be said about the position of the loops after the deformation passes? After the compression passes, the loops return back to their initial position. ما بنلاقي إنه النقطة اللي كانت هون صارت هون، ترجع لمحلها.